Please forgive me for delaying. So we are reading from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrta. We are reading from volume number 2. Planting the Seed is the chapter title. I'll read just few lines to bring up to the speed. How could anyone chant 64 rounds? Then someone said, Swamiji has told him that 32 rounds a day would be sufficient minimum for the West. Wali said, somebody has unmuted their phone, Arvind Prabhu. Hari Prabhu. It's very distracting. Wali said he had heard Swamiji say 25. But even that seems impossible. Haribol, how much fallen we are. Then Prabhupada offered the rock bottom minimum, 16 round a day, without fail. How many can raise the hand that since you take initiation, you never miss a single day chanting 16 rounds? Please raise your hand. Haribol. Whoever got initiated would have to promise. So we will continue now. The beat stringing, chanting, reading and dozing went on until 11 at night. I was listening my Guru Maharaj class. My senior god brother Jai Baldev Prabhu always play. I play the flute music and he play my Guru Maharaj class. And my Guru Maharaj was making really strong point today that if you cannot finish your good round in the morning, what is the hope you have? You should not call yourself a devotee. That's what it was so heavy. Very nice to hear like that. When everyone was invited up to Swamiji's room, as they filed through the courtyard, they sensed an unusual calm in the atmosphere. And Houston Street, just over the wall, was quiet. There was no moon. Haribo. As his followers sat on the floor, contentedly eating prasadam from paper plates, Swamiji sat among them, telling stories about the birth of Lord Sri Krishna. Krishna had appeared on this evening 5,000 years ago. He was born the son of Vasudeva and Devaki in the prison of King Kamsa at midnight. And his father Vasudeva immediately took him to Vrindavan, where he was raised as the son of Nand Maharaj, a cowherd man. But according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, actually Krishna was born before in the womb of Mother Yasoda and the internal potency. Wonderful. Prabhupada also spoke of the necessity of purification for spiritual advancement. It is not enough merely to chant holy words, he said. One must be pure inside and out. I was thinking about telling, I always hug when I go in the temple room, I offer obeisances to many devotees. And then I was just thinking that I should tell Patidapan Prabhu that I have maintained brahmacharya. Every week we have to reinstate to him. But then I didn't tell him. One must be pure inside and out. Chanting in purity brings spiritual advancement. The living entity becomes impure because he wants to enjoy material pleasure. That's what we were reading. That glorification is not that good. But the impure can become pure by following Krishna, by doing all works for Krishna. Beginners in Krishna consciousness have a tendency to relax their effort in a short time. But to advance spiritually, you must resist this temptation and continually increase your effort and devotion. Devotional life is not stagnant. If you are just maintaining your sadhana, you are not making advancement. That's what it is. It has to increase. Haribo. So Michael Grant is expressing in his own words as follows. I first heard about the initiation just one day before it was to take place. I had been busy with my music and hadn't been attending. I was walking down 2nd Avenue with one of the prospective initiates, and he mentioned to me that there was going to be something called an initiation ceremony. I asked what it was about, and he said, quote, all I know, it is means that you accept the spiritual master as God, unquote. This was a big surprise to me, and I hardly knew how to take it. But I didn't take it completely seriously. And the way it was mentioned to me in such an offhand way made it seem not very important. He asked me very casually whether I was going to be involved. And I, also being very casual about it, said, well, I think I will. Why not? I'll give it a try. Jane didn't think she would make an obedient disciple. And initiation sounded frightening. She liked the Swami, especially cooking with him. But it was Mike who convinced her he was going to, so she should come along with him. Carl Jurgens knew something about initiation from his readings, and he, more than the others, knew what a serious commitment it was. He was surprised to hear that Swamiji was offering initiation, and he was cautious about entering into it. He knew that initiation means no illicit sex, intoxications, or meat eating, and an initiated disciple would have new responsibility for spreading the teachings to others. Carl was already feeling less involved since the Swami had moved to 2nd Avenue, but he decided to attend the initiation anyway. Also, I feel so good. My Guru Maharaj was saying everybody has a different aptitude. And my Guru Maharaj was saying, somebody will enjoy preaching to the young children. Somebody will enjoy chanting the holy name. Somebody will enjoy doing the deity worship. Somebody will be enjoying doing book distribution. So I was feeling that something my Guru Maharaj will accept my service as training the young children. So if you have a young children, we are going to form a WhatsApp group where some seniors like Akshata, Veda, and then the young generation will join, like Atharva, Samskriti, Gopal Govind Prabhu, Jia from Phoenix, Ivy from Houston maybe, who knows, and then Yagya from Colorado, And who knows, I may get more children. This is, we need to train them nicely. Why do they have to wake up until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock study? They should take a break. I asked Yagna yesterday, what do you think about this? And he said, it seems good. And then also, I always ask them, if you study at night, how much do you chat with your colleagues? And everybody says, yes, Prabhu, we chat for half an hour, 45 minutes. So I said, if you will wake up and study in the morning, there is nobody will be there to chat with you. So you can concentrate more nicely. She has agreed. That's a great thing. Try out. So if you have any age group from 20s, because we need some seniors also to guide them. And then from age 5, if you have the children in this age group, please contact. I would like to spend some time with them. Very well. He figured it out all right to take initiation. Even if you weren't serious, he would try it. Carol Baker was surprised to hear that some people would be taking initiation even though they had no intentions of giving up their bad habits. She had stopped coming around regularly ever since the Swami had moved, and she felt no desire to ask for initiation. The Swami probably wouldn't initiate women anyway, she figured. Robert Nielsen hadn't forgotten the Swami and always liked to help whenever he could. But except for an occasional friendly visit, he had stopped coming. He mostly stayed to himself. He still lived uptown and wasn't into the Lower East Side scene. James Gwynne thought he wasn't pure enough to be initiated. Quote, who I am to be initiated? What a wonderful, nice thinking. But the Swami had asked him to bring something over to the storefront. Quote, I came and it was just understood that I was supposed to be initiated. So I thought, why not? Stanley had been chanting regularly again and had some out of his crazy mood. He was sticking with the Swami and his followers. He asked his mother if he could be initiated, and she said it would be all right. Steve wanted more time to think about it, and Keith was in hospital. Bruce has only been attending a week or two, and it was too soon. Chuck was on a week's vacation from the regulated spiritual life at the temple, so he didn't know about the initiation. No one was asked to shave his head or even cut his hair or change his dress. No one offered Prabhupada the traditional Guru Dakshina, the donation a disciple is supposed to offer as a gesture of his great obligation to his master. Hardly anyone even relieved him of his chores. So Swamiji himself had to do most of the cooking and other preparation for the initiation. He was perfectly aware of the mentality of his boys, and he didn't try to force anything on anyone. Some of the initiated didn't know until after the initiation, when they had inquired that the 4 rules, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, and no gambling, were mandatory for all disciples. Prabhupada, the reply then was, I'm very glad that you are finally asking me that. It was to be a live Vedic sacrifice with ceremonial fire right there in the front room of Swamiji apartment. In the center of the room was the sacrificial arena, a platform of bricks 4 inches high and 2 feet square, covered with a mound of dirt. The dirt was from the courtyard, and the bricks were from a nearby gutted building. Around the mound were 11 bananas, clarified butter, sesame seeds, whole barley grains, 5 colors of powdered ice, and a supply of kindling. The 11 initiates took up most of the remaining space in the front room as they sat on the floor knee to knee around the sacrificial arena. The guests in the hallway peeked curiously through the open door. For everyone except the Swami, this was all new and strange, and every step of the ceremony took place under his direction. When some of the boys had made a mess of trying to apply the Vaishnava tilak to their forehead, Prabhupada had patiently guided his finger up their foreheads, making a neat, narrow way. Hare Krishna. Oh, it's 7:01. We should stop. We should be punctual. Everyone should remind me, when I miss it. Because we don't want to hold unnecessarily. Some of the devotee may have some duties to perform. So with those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis to take so much austerity to join every morning. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripasindhu bhayavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So anybody has any question, comment, corrections, chastisement? I finished my garden work by putting all the granite all around 10 inches tall. So all the water and my mulch will never washed away. So that task was completed yesterday. And it looks so nice. I will post sometime if Krishna wish me to. I'll post those pictures. It looks beautiful. I don't know what special thing I have to do. I always think that if I know day before, then we can plan nicely to get it accomplished. But I don't know what is there. My garden is clean, my house is clean. So I think today would be a day that I can chant more relaxing and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's so beautiful. Someone is already talking or chanting. Who is that? Can somebody figure it out? Because everyone's phone is muted. But I can hear somebody is chanting.
It's Shan.
Huh?
Yeah, I can also hear. I don't know who is it.
Oh. Okay. Anybody?
If you are in dilemma in your life, in some aspect of your, how do you go about it, Prabhuji? It is not anything spiritual question, but it is like just a generalized question. If you are in dilemma in your life, how do you proceed, Prabhuji?
Dilemma is very good. When we are in trouble, it's easy to remember Krishna. Even the atheist, throughout the life, if somebody has not believed in God, visit the hospital and see the people who are near death experience. They will say, God, help me. It's natural. Even though they have not accepted, but they will say, so difficult time is very good for spiritual life. If our life is smooth, we will never care about solving the problem. But when the problem comes, an amazing thing that we never think that let me get the help from Krishna. We try ourselves to solve the problem. And that's the reason we suffer more, because we can't solve those problems. But if we take shelter of the holy name and Krishna, then all the problem can get resolved very nicely. What can I say? I have 3 times near-death experience, and every time I pass through, I become stronger, because you can see the hand of Krishna in everything. So, yeah, bad time is gonna come. This is material world.
Yes.
Don't think that whole life will run smooth. We have not seen Arvind Prabhu yet. The worst days are ahead of us. When you get old, you will see the body pain, your mind will not function, so many things, your digesting power will go, and still you want to have a tasty food. All this dilemma is ahead of us. You can't do your own stuff even. You have to become dependent. Somebody will help you then, and then you will be able to survive. Those days are ahead of us. But one thing is for sure, that if you dedicate, Krishna will take care of nicely, and you can live even happy. I was, who was the Mataji? Anyway, but problems should come, Prabhu, and we should face the problem very nicely.
So,
Yeah.
so Prabhuji, like, do you get? I don't know. I'm not using the right word, but do you get resentment on the people, or do you get upset on people if they're not practicing, or do you see that they are going in a wrong direction, and yet you're not able to correct, and then do you get that upset? Is it because your heart must be burning? I mean, at least for me, I see it happens few times. I mean, it still happens when I see such people around me. So how
Yes.
do you deal with it? And there is a dilemma in your mind saying, hey, do I really wanted this person? Yes, we need it, but we are still in a dilemma to to be with them or not to be with them. How do you deal with it, bro?
We have to be compassionate. That's the Vaishnava's ways. If anything we can do to help them reveal that pain and suffering, it's always good. Now, there are so many ways you can help. First thing is, you can, even though they are living far, at least you can make the prayer sincerely. Krishna can listen to your prayer. Guide them, you can do the best. But it says, you can take the horse up to the river to drink the water, but ultimately up to that person. And I think that we shouldn't not feel any bad if they don't take it. Because who knows, our duty is to do what Krishna says, that act on his behalf. He didn't say that, well, if you cannot convince that person, I will not accept your service. No. Krishna sees just our sincere effort. You do your best. Krishna is sitting in your heart. He can see your intentions, and he will appreciate. I don't, so many people I want to see them, that they should uplift themselves, including yourself. But I can't force it. What can I say? Everybody has the time that they will become serious, and some people will pass on the life without becoming even serious. Consequences is there, but what can you do? You talk to them, you try to convince them, you do something that they can become interested. But beyond that, it's up to the individual person. And then we shouldn't feel bad or good, either way. It's up to their choice. Everybody has a free will. Who are we to force upon somebody, right? If Krishna, being a supreme person, he doesn't force, how can we force anybody? But as a well-wisher, sometime, we can say some, and just to see that that can ignite the fire in their heart. But it's tough. You have to be really expert at that moment because you don't want to hurt somebody's feeling. If they are not ready, you don't want to push them. So you have to be extremely careful whom you are dealing with. Some people may not like it, then don't talk to them even. Don't show your face because that will agitate their mind. So you have to, Krishna will guide us when we become sincere, what to do at different time. Same principle doesn't apply to every living being. There is always some uniqueness we need to consider. So you do your best. You pray for them. That always you can do. And see if they are interested, then guide them. Help them in any way. If you can, sacrifice something on your spiritual life to help someone else, yeah, it's good.